Hey, welcome to another Tea Break Coach. Today I want to share a really simple trick, and it's one I use in pretty much every training session I run, whether I'm helping people to become accredited coaches or mentors, running a workshop, or even when I give a keynote to a bigger group. I nearly always start in the same way, and it's this simple. I hold up 2 pads of Post-its and I hand them out, a purple one and a teal one for everybody in the room. And on the purple Post-it, I get people to write down what they've come to get from the session. Something tangible, something they'll be able to look at the end of the session and say, oh yeah, I got that. And this could be a new skill, an insight, a bit of clarity, but the more measurable, the better. And then on the teal Post-it, I ask people to write down how they want to feel when they leave. So I'll usually try and get them to envisage this, something like, by 4 o'clock when you're driving away, how do you want to feel? Now, there's some really cool science behind this, that when we ask people to think ahead like this, even just briefly, we activate what psychologists and neuroscientists call salience. We make the learning more relevant to real life, to what's going on for people right now, and this makes it more sticky. So you actually get a better return on investment from any training or development when people's brains have just had a moment to plan how it's going to use what it learns, and I think it works really well to do it in that moment. So asking people what they want to get and how they want to feel literally primes the brain. It literally prepares people's brains to pay attention. They start to filter to select the right information and store it better. So all of the training becomes more useful in real life, more memorable. And there's something else about asking people how they want to feel. It taps into the emotional side, and we know that emotion drives behaviour. So if you can picture yourself feeling confident or energised or clear by the end of the session, you're actually more likely subconsciously to take steps to feel that way. It's like planting the seed of the outcome. And I think it's an interesting fact. I didn't pick this technique up at a facilitation course or training to be a trainer. I learned it in project management because it works really brilliantly at the start of a really practical meeting as well. So try this. Next time you're leading a meeting, ask people what they want to get out of it and how they want to feel at the end. And it changes the energy in the room straight away. And it also just helps to head off issues. Let's say someone writes down that they're here to get clarity on something, and that's not on the agenda, or you're not at liberty to give them that clarity. You can flag that at the start. You can say, that's a great question, and whilst we're not covering it today, I can send you something afterwards, or it's a great question, but we're not going to be able to answer that. So if there's somewhere else you need to be, please do feel free to make that choice. And that way they're not there sat feeling disappointed just, after an hour together thinking, hang on, I didn't get what I came for. Now, this is such a small shift, but it changes everything from focus to tone to outcomes, and crucially for return on investment, which I'm borderline obsessed with. So whether you're training, mentoring, managing, or just trying to run a better meeting, grab some Post-its and ask what do you want to get and how do you want to feel. It's super simple, powerful, and I hope it helps you. By the way, the purple's relevant because that helps you to think more strategically. And actually, I just chose teal because it rhymes, teal for feel. So it just helps people to remember which one is which. Have a great day. Bye.